I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. The joy of hundreds of thousands of people filled St. Peter's Square, the entire Vatican, and the Catholic world when white smoke rose from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel. Not knowing who the new Pope might be, people applauded and congratulated each other with hearts full of hope. The election of a new Pope is steeped in tradition and significance. This moment marks the beginning of a new era for the Catholic Church, an era that looms large with promise and renewed faith. The election of a new Pope is a beacon of hope, a symbol of continuity and renewal in a world yearning for spiritual leadership and moral guidance. Robert Francis Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, was born on September 14, 1955 in Chicago, Illinois, USA. He studied at the minor seminary of the Augustinian Fathers and at the Villanova University in Pennsylvania, where he graduated in mathematics and studied philosophy. On September 1st, 1977, he entered the novitiate of the Order of St. Augustine in Chicago. He studied canon law in the University of St. Thomas Aquinas, the Angelicum. He was ordained as a priest on June 19, 1982, at the Augustinian College of Santa Monica. While preparing his doctoral thesis in 1985, he was sent to the Augustinian missions in Chulucanas, Piura, Peru. He arrived in Peru without luxuries or pretensions. He just went with a suitcase, a Bible, and a great desire to serve. He spent 11 years in Peru and became Peruvian because he said that one is not from where one is born, but from where one gives one's soul. And whoever truly loves the land ends up sowing their life there forever. There, among other things, he was director of the Common Formation Project for Augustinian aspirants from three vicariates, Chulucanas, Iquitos, and Apurimac. On December 12, 2014, he was consecrated as a bishop, and his episcopal motto is a phrase from St. Augustine that says, "Though we are many, yet one in Christ we are one." He served as Bishop of Chiclayo from 2015 to 2023. At the same time, in 2018, he assumed the position of second vice president of the Peruvian Episcopal Conference. He also served as apostolic administrator of Callao. He was appointed cardinal prefect to the Dicastery for Bishops and president to the Pontifical Commission for Latin America in 2023. Among his many positions, he was prior provincial and prior general of the Augustinians. He was professor of canon law, patristics, and moral at the San Carlos and San Marcelo Major Seminary. The new Pope Leo XIV is inspired by his predecessor, Pope Leo XIII, who led the Catholic Church between 1878 and 1903, and among many other things, he was the Pope who roared to the world in defense of workers and their rights, championing the idea of social justice and decent working conditions. He reconciled the Church with the changes of modernity, facing challenges such as emerging ideologies. He was the Pope of the social doctrine of the Church and the encyclical Rerum Novarum, the Pope who made Saint Joseph as patron saint of workers, who wrote the prayer to Saint Michael the Archangel, who wrote extensively about the Virgin Mary, who used the radio that Marconi had just invented and gave the first radio message to the world. He was the one who opened the Vatican's secret archives to historians, supported the founding of Catholic universities, and founded the Academy of St. Thomas Aquinas, fostered biblical studies, and established the Vatican Observatory. Leo XIII was also the Pope who, at the end of his life, consecrated the world to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, modernized the image of the papacy, and paved the way for the Church to interact with the challenges of the contemporary world without renouncing to its fundamental principles. The election of Pope Leo XIV reminds us and teaches us the resilience and vitality of the Catholic Church. In a world marked by uncertainty, the figure of the Pope stands as a symbol of stability, of hope for a better future. Leo XIV opens a new chapter with the expectation of a leadership that promotes peace, justice, solidarity, common good, the defense of the most vulnerable, and who builds bridges between peoples and nations. We congratulate and pray for this first North American Pope and the first Augustinian Pope of the Catholic Church, who has always had his heart and mind set on God, certain that with God we always win.